Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today, we're doing our longer readings, so this will be my Cancers in Leo season. How are you, my Cancers? Well, Leo season is upon us. Now, you know that when I'm doing my longer readings, I use 4 decks. I use my Radleigh Valentine Angel Tarot cards for the main message. I then ask for clarification from my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards, words of advice from Osho Zen Tarot, and then I finish up again with Radleigh Valentine Archangel Power Tarot cards. I've prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest, okay? Okay. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to my higher power, and whatever the words, whatever the message is that needs to come through for someone out there, it does. Okay? It may not be you, but it may. Okay, now, a couple of things about our Leo season. Now, I talked to you about July 20th. It's still Cancer season. It is that second new moon. It's second chances. That's what this new moon's all about. It's at 1:32 Eastern Standard Time p.m. All of the times will be Eastern Standard Time if I did this correctly. Now, so this is, again, full moon to new moon. As it gets smaller, release, release. New moon to full moon. As it gets bigger, request. Now, the 22nd of July, Leo season begins at 4:37 a.m. On the 3rd of August, the full moon will be in Aquarius at 11:58 a.m. And Aquarius is done with it all. Aquarius wants everything over with, okay? All the drama, everything. Let's just, let's start all over almost. And not quite start over, but just like sweep it all away. Then we have a new moon in Leo, and that'll be at 10:41 p.m. We then start Virgo season on August 22nd at 11:45 a.m. Now, a couple of things that we need to know is that we have 3 planets direct. There will be Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Now, it's been a couple of years. I mean, it's been a little bit of time since we've had Mercury go direct in Leo. If I'm remembering correct, it's been, like it's always been, Mercury goes retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde. It was like, oh my gosh. So this time it's not retrograde, which is really positive. We have 5 planets that are retrograde, but they've been retrograde. So we have Jupiter, Saturn. Now Uranus. Uranus will go direct. It says, what I read was for like 14 days from 8/1 to 8/15. It's a slower moving planet, but Uranus is all about expect the unexpected. We have Neptune and Pluto. Now the other thing that I think is interesting is that I think it was June 28th, Mars went into Aries. Now Mars is Aries, Aries is Mars. They just love each other and they're like, whoo! Now when we have Leo season, now Leo, the sun, Leo, so Leo equals sun. So we're going to have, when July 22nd comes around, we're going to have Mars and Aries in Leo sun. So that will be extremely strong, powerful. I think it's going to be positive, but I'm rather optimistic anyway. So, I think it'll work well. Now, the thing about Aries, Mars, Aries, is it can be a little bit on the rebellious side. So let's see what happens. That website that I like, that I post, I will post it again, in my community page and in my Facebook. And, it's more astrological, talks a little bit more in detail about some of the stuff I just talked to you about. So let's see now. I've got 3 cards face down. Nothing is reversed. Reverse cards to me have a stronger energy to them. But in this case, nothing's reversed. So let's see how Leo season's going to be for my Cancers. First card up is the Magician. Okay, number 1, new starts, new beginnings, new. Let's start. Now, it doesn't always mean that that's easy to do, but the Magician is Archangel Raziel, Archangel energy, major arcana type of energy here. And, the magician is not someone that plays tricks. The magician actually manifests things out of nothing. It's one of these. So, when the magician comes into your world or into your cards, it's basically saying, you've got the power, you've got the control. Okay, you've done a lot of things in Cancer season. You've done tremendous growth in the last, year, 2 years. So now this is about you owning it. You owning it, having the power, making things happen for you. Okay, you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical, and that's always, expect a miracle. Expect a miracle. And sometimes you can see the miracles slowly unfold. So sometimes it's not quite as in your face, but then when you look back, you go, wow. So, okay, next card up, the Four of Fire. Now, fire energy is that Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, passionate, burning, just determined type of energy. And this is like, it's working. Things are finally working. There's contentment, there's joy, there's passion, there's like, I'm feeling like I've got control over my life again. And we all know that in many ways that's an illusion, but every so often we have that illusion and it feels kind of good. So this is that time also. So contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. So something's about to end for you. I mean, it's not a 9, but in order for you to have a beginning, something has transitioned, something's ended, transitioned for you to have that one. Okay, you're the last card up. Here we go. 15, ego. So this has a little bit of interesting. This is a 10 and a 5. Fives have some stressors to them. 5 is about some changes. 10s is again that transition, okay? We have 6s, which actually is a fairly nice, it's a fairly good energy. But, ego, this is like, this kind of has some throwbacks to what you've gone through, okay? What you've gone through. There's some throwbacks. And you can't expect it to not happen, okay? It's kind of, and please understand, it's kind of, just like it's some of the post energy that you've had to deal with, okay? So there's a little bit of worry, there's a little bit of fear, there's a little bit of, oh my gosh, things are working out. Can I trust it? Can I work with this? Can I, can I believe that things are moving for me? Also, can I do it? Can I do it? So there's a little bit of fear. There's also a little bit of, not wanting to move forward, but yet you need to, and you really do want to. You really do want to, my Cancers. The thing is, like I said, there's a little bit of this post-trauma. There's a little bit of this, oh, I need to make some decisions, but I'm a little bit afraid because the decisions, no, this is, even though we are in some weird energy in this world, this is more of you being in control than you've ever felt before. Okay? Okay. So a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things. So that's where you kind of go, do I have the money? Do I not? Do I not? I'm not saying that you should become a spendthrift. Okay? Be wise. You can be very wise. Negative or fear-based thoughts. So, things, you might, like I said, things are moving forward, things are working out, something's ended, something's transitioned, something's beginning. And of course, my Cancers, it's going to kind of, scare you a little bit. It's going to scare you a little bit, okay? That's normal. That's normal. You haven't had this in a long time. I mean, you haven't had this movement. It has been moving, and you have been, but now it's like, when I talk about the light at the end of the tunnel seems really short now. Okay, let's go on and see what we have. Okay, here we go. And this is John Holland. This is for clarification. So 1, 2, and 3. And we have 3 cards. Face down. Let's see what they say. Destiny, 10, transition. Remember, I'm talking about these numbers, these transition. 10s, 1 plus 0, 1, new beginnings. You're on your way, my Cancers. It's finally coming together for you. Now, does it come together for you overnight? Oh, it never does. Everything's a little bit on the slow side, but things are moving. There's a higher power, guardian angel, spirit guide, voice of the universe, your divine. You get a lot of those archangel energies. You do, my Cancers. Think of this as one of those other ones too. This is basically saying, you've done enough, you've suffered enough, my Cancers. And I don't know if you have, I feel, my Cancers, that there's been a lot of suffering there. So maybe not all, maybe you don't all. I'm just feeling enough. Let's move on. Let's finally move on. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go on. Next card up. Material choices. Movement, choices, and decisions. There could, movement, there could definitely be a new change in your job. It could be a change in your residence. You're going to have options. You're going to have to make some decisions. Twos are duality, so there's kind of like you can see both sides to the problem. It's like you have, like, which door do I choose? Are those doors? Which arcs do I choose? There's the one. One has beautiful clouds, one has money, one has, I don't know what else these are. One has a relationship because these are rings. The nice thing about choices are all you have to do is just choose one for now, because the other choices will come also. So when you have choices, and you have choices like, relationship, just nice house, all you have to do is choose one, and the rest do follow. Okay? Okay, so this is lovely. Oh, I shouldn't say that until I pull up all the cards, right? Here we go. Reversed, strong energy. And this is recognition and reward. Threes have a lot of celebratory energy to it. So that's really, so this is basically, it's like spotlights. Your truth is spotlighted. You step into your power. People are recognizing you for who you are and what you've done. Okay? Okay, let's keep going. Anyway, let's go on. Words of advice from Osho Zen Tarot. So a lot of this is movement. A lot of this is, that I keep being drawn to that magician, that one. A lot of this is is because of all the stuff, all the work, everything that you've done and put into this. So could this be maybe this is somebody who's graduated college or graduated some sort of a trade school, finally has created an opportunity of employment. It could be, maybe you have saved your money for a new home, where you actually own it. It's like something that you have actually been through something of a deprivation, but because of the deprivation, you have something to show for it now. You have that new job, that new career, that new home, that, what I'm saying? So, or maybe it could even be, maybe you've gone through with the deprivation, maybe you've done something with your body, maybe you've lost weight, you've done, but it's like you now have something. Now the rewards are coming. Okay. Next card, and again, these are advice cards. Here we go. The Fool. Enjoy yourself, my Cancers. Enjoy your life. Have fun now, okay? Enjoy yourself now, okay? You've done a lot. Next card up, here we go, a reversed Harmony. So here is, this is considered the third eye. This is the heart chakra. Harmonies, there's the two porpoises or dolphins, swimming together. There's this major connection. This is, the advice basically is make sure that you continue to connect with your higher power. And when you come into a better place, it's the polite thing to do to say thank you. Okay, your last card here, Comparison. I do love this card because, this is kind of like, you might have stepped away from another type of life, and so you might be at this point where you're like, oh, maybe if I would have done this, let's go with maybe like the trade school or college. Maybe if I would have done this out of high school, I would have been further along. You know what? You can't. That's like comparing apples and oranges, okay? An apple isn't better than an orange isn't better than an apple. They're both good. They're both healthy. They're different, okay? You did what you needed to do at the right time for the right purpose, okay? So let's go on and see. So Leo season seems like it's going to be a very positive, very magical time for you. It's a positive change, and but you need to enjoy yourself. You need to have a little bit of fun. You need to laugh. You need to be a little bit foolish. Okay, you need to be a little bit foolish. Okay, so cards have just flipped. So 1, 2. Let me go on, and we're going to cut for the third card. Okay, so the first 2 are face up, and the last one is reversed, face down. So we have the King of Raphael. Raphael is your energy. It is water energy, okay? It's also Scorpio and Pisces energy. And the King of Raphael, the King of Raphael is clear-headed, but it's also emotional. The King of Raphael has gone through every emotional scenario that you can think of. Whatever you've gone through, the King of Raphael, has gone through it also, but can also see how the healing has helped, how the maturing, it is a he, but this applies to male or female. The maturity level can see, how the development has happened, okay? Now, the King of Raphael, though, is warm, generous, honorable, refined. Yes, it is safe to trust. The ability to accomplish many things at once. Remember the magician? Follow your creative passions. Have fun. Do something that makes you smile, makes you feel good. Your next card is solutions. Again, another archangel energy. Okay, this is Archangel Zadkiel. Now, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control and patience. So you might have to wait, but this, I think, is the whole thing. Forgiving and healing energy. And I've talked about this. I'm not saying you have to go back into a relationship that was toxic. I'm not saying that you have to forget. In fact, you don't forget. If you forget your lessons, then, oh my gosh, we repeat lessons. We can never forget, okay? But we can forgive. What forgiveness does, it helps the anger let go of you, okay? Not just that you're not just holding on to the anger, you don't hold on to the anger, but it helps the situation stops holding on to you because you don't feed it, okay? You don't feed it, have you ever had a toxic person and in your life, well, we all have, a toxic person, and, when you stop engaging after, no matter how many times they try to engage with you, when you stop, they have to eventually stop, okay? So it's like you don't feed it. That's what forgiveness does. And when you forgive, you heal. And one of the things I've been talking about with healing in this, is there's always a little pain with healing, okay? But that's okay. It is okay. This one is reversed. I don't know what it says. Let's see what it says. The Page of Raphael. So we have again that water energy. And the pages, it's like a renewed sense of life. This is wonderful energy. This is like, yeah, let's try this out. Okay, gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted. A new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations. Great intuitive insights. You have, that new moon in your sign, second chances. This is, okay, I can now say it. This was a lovely reading. I think that you definitely deserve it, my Cancers. If you agree, Or if you like my readings, and I hope you do, please remember the buttons down there, the like, share, subscribe. It does help you help to support my channel. As always, my Cancers, know that you are loved, stay safe, and be blessed. Bye-bye.